Hi, this is Debbie from Open Mind Tarot, and I'm back with another reading for you on it's Tuesday, the 4th of February 2020. I haven't done a reading for a few days, and that's just simply been because I haven't had the right sort of time and space to do it. I don't know if you looked at any other videos, but what I was saying the other day is obviously it depends on who's in the house and if I've got the house to myself, if I've got the space to do it. So today I have, so I'm really pleased. I'm gonna start with the Golden Tarot today. I don't know if you can see that. And that is by Liz Dean. So we'll start with that and see how we get on. So I just need to give the cards a shuffle. So just bear with me for the shuffling if I go quiet for a few seconds. Right. So I'm going to ask what we need to know for Tuesday the 4th of February 2020. As a collective, what do we need to know today? Although I've dated the reading, it doesn't have to be time specific. Whatever time you come to it is the right time to hear the message. So, what do we need to know? Tuesday the 4th of February 2020. I hope you're all well. Divine Source, Energy, Angel, Spirit. What do we need to know for our highest good and the highest, greatest good of all? I like the cards to fall, so you just have to bear with me here. What do we need to know? What are the energies that are around us at this time? What guidance can you give us going forward? It's a bit like a weather report. It's kind of the collective energies, and you interpret it to whatever your personal circumstances are. It's general reading. Might not all resonate with you. Some of it might resonate with you. It all might resonate with you. I don't know, but just take what you will from it. I hope there's something there for you to take. Some little spark of guidance, inspiration. Now, it's a long time since I used these cards, and I don't remember them taking so long to come out, but hey ho, they'll come out when they're ready. Right, we have got 3 cards have come out all together there, so let's have a look at them. The first one is the Hierophant. See the glare on there. The Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is all about wisdom, teachings. It can be about institutions, like kind of sort of wisdom that's then evolved into man-made kind of structures and society and social norms, expectations, the things that we do, like marriage. It can mean marriage, it can mean school, anything that we've kind of created into a sort of institution. It can be the sort of the divine masculine wisdom. So you've got the High Priestess, and this is the High Priest. So this is about sort of teaching wisdom to others. It can be religion, churches, so anything that's got a kind of structure behind it. So it's things that share wisdom, but in a very kind of earthly, structured way, like a society. So that's the Hierophant. So we'll see what's next to him. And we've got the Eight of Wands there. So the Eight of Wands is all about fast-paced energy. It's about information coming in fast, it can be. It's about sort of hitting the mark. There can be a kind of rush of energy, so it might be like sudden information coming in. It can be the internet. It's fast-paced energy, it's fast movement. So that's next to the Hierophant there. So there could be something coming in that is information coming in to do with organisations. It could be to do with your job, it could be to do with sort of school, it could be anything that's kind of like authority. So some kind of information come towards you from like an authority organisation. Could be anything at all. Government organisations. Let's have a look. And after that we've got another 8. So that's the 8 of Pentacles. Now the 8 of Pentacles is about working hard basically, and making good progress in the physical world. So we've got 2 8s together there. So that's fast energy with the 8 of Wands. Wands are all about sort of drive and action and energy. And the 8 of Pentacles is what you actually produce in a physical sense in the world. So your work in the world, whatever that is in a physical sense. Doesn't have to be work and, you know, a paid job kind of thing. It can be within your community, within your family. But whatever it is that you strive to achieve on a sort of day-to-day basis, that's your Pentacles, is all of your sort of day-to-day stuff. It can be money. So it could be that there is some kind of sudden influx of money, which would be nice, I'm sure. It could have come from some kind of authority. So there might be some news of something coming in, or it could be news about work coming in. It might be that you've been looking for work, or you've been applying for things, and there's going to be a sudden shift and a sudden sort of push towards whatever it is that you're working towards. So that could be a new job, news of a new job coming in. It could be, because this could be like hospitals, it could be news coming in to do with your health. But it's 8s, so it's positive. It's abundant. It's very abundant, this. So whatever it is that's coming in, that's going to bring abundance in whatever sort of area of your life in the sort of physical sense, is going to be possibly coming in from some kind of authority, some kind of formal structure, whatever that might be. Now, the underlying energy on the bottom of the deck, we've got the King of Wands. There we go. So Wands again, so it's all about the action. The King of Wands, he's dressed in red there, can you see? He's dressed in red, and he's got green on him. So I think it's something like a cloak or something he's wearing, or a blanket or something, I don't know. But anyway, it's all about courage. Red is courage and action, and green is the heart space. So this guy he's got to where he's got. He's the king of the suit of wands. So your wands are your passion and your drive. What kind of fills you up, what moves you forward, what you want to do in the world. So he's got to a space where he's completely settled and happy and just really loving life, loving what he's doing. He's full of enthusiasm. So whatever this is that's coming towards you, with the Eight of Wands, so that's bringing something to you, the Eight of Wands, and it's something that you've been trying to master with the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is about mastery of your sort of your physical day-to-day stuff, so whether that be your work or your family or whatever. So there's something coming in to sort of get you to this space of kind of just being really content with what you're doing in the world. That's basically it. So we're just going to we'll take an Energy Oracle card by Sandra Ann Taylor, just to see if we can get any more messages for this reading. So 2 8s is really good. 8 is basically abundance, and the Eight of Pentacles in particular, it's abundance in the physical world. So whatever it is that you're passionate about, is basically going to be bearing sort of physical fruits, physical progress with it. Right, so, and whatever it is going to be kind of accepted, because the Hierophant is kind of, it's all of the things that we have in society that are acceptable. It's what's expected, if you know what I mean. It fits into the structure of where social norms and all of that. So it's kind of got the stamp of approval on, if you like. So just shuffling these oracle cards, the energy oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Right, what else do we need to know? It's definitely movement though with the Eight of Wands, so something's definitely happening with regards to your work, your money, your health, in the physical. Could be good news from hospital results or something like that. It's good stuff though. Right, we've got 2 cards have flipped over there. Take them both. So there we go, we've got 44. 4s are all about structure, and it's a woman holding a heart. Just going to have a little look at that. She looks quite sort of pleased with herself. She's got a butterfly, I don't know if you can see it on her head there. So there's some kind of transformation happening. So whatever this is that's coming towards you, it's going to be, this news or whatever is going to be quite transformative. So obviously with hearts, it could be about love, and it's a woman, so it's in your feminine. It's a bit about sort of receiving. So whatever it is that's coming towards you, it's coming from a place of love, and it should be received with gratitude. Should be open to it. There's something on her arm there, some piece of jewellery, and it's black, which would indicate sort of protection. So although she's half clothed there. It's about being vulnerable, but at the same time feeling protected. You've got a lot of purple on her head there, so purple's sort of your spirituality. So she's feeling protected. She's feeling vulnerable enough to kind of open up to love, I guess. It doesn't have to be love in a romantic sense, although it can be. It could be to do with sort of your passions and whatever it is that fills you up on an emotional level. So that's the woman holding a heart. She's happy to display it as well. So she's really willing to sort of put herself on the line and put herself out there, because whatever it is that she's putting out there, she loves and she feels quite sort of proud of. And with the fours, it's given her sort of security, stability, structure. You've got the Hierophant there with the structure. That's what the Hierophant represents as well, sort of structures, organisations. So let's have a look at whatever else fell out. Rest and rejuvenation, 19. Now 19 in the tarot is the Sun, and that's all about you and who you are as a person, and your sort of authentic you that you're putting out in the world, your inner child. It's the Sun, so it's basically your life force. We've got wands here, so that is basically to do with your life force and what drives you forward. Now rest and rejuvenation, you can see he's in a sort of yoga position there, isn't he? But he is naked as well. He's got his chest naked, just like this lady here. So they're both willing to be vulnerable, and they're both willing to put themselves out there, and they've got that trust, which is what you need to be able to do that. And on the Sun card in the tarot, you've got a naked baby, a naked child on a horse. So it's just about totally being yourself and being okay with it. Rest and rejuvenation is the message on there. But I get more of a meditative feel from that card. So there's light coming in here. So it might be that what's coming in with the Eight of Wands is more like inspiration, spiritual downloads. We had this purple on her head there, the lovely flowers and growth. So whatever's coming in, it is going to give some sort of material gain and progress in the physical world, but I feel as if it's more on a sort of inspirational, spiritual level. So in order to be in that position of receiving inspiration, you've got to kind of like get quiet. You've got to be willing to put the time in to yourself. So the 19, the Sun card, is all about yourself and who you are authentically. But to get what you want from your passions and what you want to drive you forward in a physical sense, you've got to be able to have that time to just sort of quieten your mind and time out to just kind of take it in, stop and smell the roses kind of thing. Meditation would be good if you've got if you allow yourself the time and space to do that. Doesn't have to be a big amount of time, it can just be a minute or two, but just that switching off your chatter in your brain, which is constant, which you don't even realise. If you can do that, then you can kind of open up to more messages, to more inspiration, just to things that are like in line with who you are, rather than kind of running around and trying to fulfill everybody's needs and expectations. This is all about expectations, this one, the Hierophant. It's what's expected in the world. It's all of the formal structural organisations. So to make progress, you need to allow yourself to have that time out, whatever that is for you, whatever kind of just puts you in that state of switching off from the world. Like a daydream. I daydream all the time, but it can be out in nature is a great one, because you're not focused on the hustle and bustle and the jobs and the day to day. You kind of just relax into it and take in thoughts on a different sort of level. It's not like sort of frenetic, frantic daily buzz thoughts. It's much more calm. You can kind of hear yourself think, if you know what I mean. So on the bottom of that deck there, we've got number 16, which is patience. And that's a beautiful angel. And she's got something there which looks like a kind of coin. And it's sort of in her solar plexus in the middle here, which was like, I was saying this card 19 is the sun, and that's all about your solar plexus, which is about basically what you want to put out into the world, your inner light, whatever it is, whatever's your passion, whatever speaks to who you are, whatever is just completely authentically you, what you want to be known for, what you want to be remembered for, what just gives you that really sort of lit up feeling. So it looks like some kind of, it reminds me of kind of a coin, so which fits with this 8 of Pentacles. So whatever you're putting out there in the world is going to require a bit of patience, but this is a beautiful angel on there. I don't know if you can see that. Gorgeous. But know that if it's coming from a pure place, which you've got all of the white on here, which represents sort of purity, innocence. So if it's coming from some place inside of you that is just completely authentic and it's something that you want to do, then just have that little bit of patience, because there is going to be something coming through, some kind of news or action or some movement forward that's going to get you to where you want to be. Right, I'm going to take a postcard from a spirit card, and these are by Colette Baron Reid. And the idea behind these cards is basically she did them like in a kind of postcard format, so they're quite big to handle, but our intention behind the cards is, if you can imagine sort of all of your family members that have passed, angels, spirit guides, all of kind of your spiritual team, all those that are in the non-physical that are kind of behind you, who've got your back, they're looking out for you, they want the best for you. If you can imagine all of them sort of sat round a table and kind of discussing you and where you're at, it's what they would advise, what they want to sort of share with you, what it is that they want to help you to go forward with. So it's their advice to you. So they are really nice cards, these. They have quite a long message on them. Right, so Divine Source, Angel Spirit. All those in the non-physical who are with us, behind us, rooting forward. Right, there we go. What is it you want us to know? Let's have a look. I'm going to put my specs on for this because they're lovely cards, but sometimes they're a bit hard to read and there is a lot of writing on them. Right, so it says, Dear you, check in occasionally with yourself about your motives behind actions you plan on taking, especially when you have an end game in mind. Is the source of your motivation desire or entitlement? Maybe you're drawn to a certain path because you think it will bring you a feeling related to the outcome you seek, like safety or wholeness. Know that you will see a reflection in the outer world of the motives that drives you forward. Do you need a motive? Can you simply be pulled into the direction your soul calls you toward joy, discovery, growth, or adventure, participating in something compelling and meaningful without trying to define it? If you can step forward, surrendered to whatever spirit has in store for you, you will be amazed at how things turn out. Check your motives, then hand them over to spirit. Everybody here wants the best for you. Life loves you more than you know. So that's about sort of getting quiet, like this guy, and really sort of getting into your heart space. What is it that, whatever it is you're going for and striving for, what is it about that drives you, that push you forward? So we always want sort of different things at different times, and often it's really to do with like the physical. So you've got like the pentacles here, and this is all about apprenticeship and getting good at what you do and all of that, and mastering whatever it is you're putting out in the world in a physical sense. But whatever we're doing, like, why are we doing it? What's the ultimate feeling that we're wanting to feel? And usually it is security and love. So you've got there obviously the heart, and it's red, which is all about you kind of feeling safe. It's your first chakra, it's security. So it's about feeling safe and feeling love. So, you know, we might say we want money, we might say we want to win the lottery, whatever, but why? What is it that we want to do with it? Usually it's to fill us up in some way, like money is just a tool. It's an energy, but it's just a tool. It's something to help you achieve something else. So it's really not the money that you want, it's the end product. So what is the end product? So it'd be useful to sort of ask yourself that today. What is it that you ultimately want to achieve? Back to patience. Sometimes we're in a hurry. We're in a hurry to try and fit in with the Hierophant there. We're in a hurry to try and get to the accepted social norms, what's expected of us, and we don't kind of just stop and smell the coffee kind of thing. We don't stop and smell the roses. We don't think deeply into anything. We just kind of get stuck on my little wheel of trying to achieve, but without really stopping and thinking about what it is at the end of the day that we really, really want to achieve. So whatever we really, really want to achieve is usually not in the physical. It's usually to give it a feeling of something. So it's trying to find that feeling. Okay. Now, I've got one on the bottom of the deck here. Sometimes I read it, sometimes I don't read it. Because obviously I've pulled this card, but on the bottom of the deck is another one. And I'm feeling inclined to read it, so I'm going to have a look and see what it says. So it's another postcard from Spirit Message. And it says, Dearest you, if you allow your awareness to settle in, you will hear us whispering sweetness and encouragement to you. You will know the truth of things that cannot be discerned through the material world. The receiver for this kind of essential knowing is your intuition, which is not your sixth sense but your first primary navigational system of your soul. So we're back to that again. It's about taking the time to tune in. What is it that Spirit are trying to tell her and trying to guide her? Because we're never going to hear it if we're just busy, busy, busy. And then it goes on to say, you are entering the age of consciousness. It's time to accept that the paranormal is normal. Human beings are multisensory, multidimensional beings. Spirit infuses all things, and your soul's job is to discover those essential truths here on earth, where we agreed to play. So we came here as spiritual beings just to experience a physical body and what you can kind of achieve with a physical body and in the sort of physical day-to-day stuff. So hang on, where was I? Spirit infuses all things, and your soul's job is to discover those essential truths here on earth where we all agreed to play. And it is just a playground. It's just it's where we come to explore ourselves. Today, trust your spidey sense. Read between the lines. Tune into the stories behind the stories, and your world will show you miracles. Fear not, for you are right here, and Spirit loves you. Trust the invisible. So there you go. That's all about sort of tuning in and taking the time to tune in and have the patience to know that what you're going to be putting out there is going to be from a pure place, but you've got to have the patience to get to that stage, to know that you're doing the thing that actually is the thing that you should be doing. And I'm saying should be doing as in for yourself, for the real sort of inner authentic you, and not just for sort of society, what's expected. But if you don't take the time to tune in, then you won't have that inner guidance to know, are you doing the right thing? And you kind of push upstream, really. You're pushing against the flow. So to be in the flow and to feel good and make progress, you've got to be doing the right thing. So that you need to ask yourself, what are the motives? Why am I doing what I'm doing? So, and the answer will always be a feeling rather than actual physical end product. Right, so I'm just taking now one of these Gabrielle Bernstein, The Universe Has Your Back cards. I'll just give them a shuffle. And actually, these have got, it's like your solar plexus on the back there, which is a bit like what we had here with the angel. And it's really about you, the real you, your inner child. If you had the chance to put out in the world and do on a daily basis what just makes your soul sing, really. If you had the chance to do that, what's that? Right, let's just see. Quite short messages on these cards, but they are lovely cards. Just an extra bit of information and guidance. Let's see what we say from Gabrielle Bernstein's The Universe Has Our Back cards. What else do we need to know? That was got two cards flipped over there. Let's have a look. So, this one there. It says, I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. So it's about witnessing your fear and acknowledging your fear. And then obstacles or detours in the right direction. So there might be fears, it might not be a straight path, but nonetheless, know that if you follow your heart space, if you make yourself vulnerable, if you take the time out to sort of tune in and see what it is that you really want to feel, in order to put out what you want to put out in the world, then that's what's going to guide you best. Okay, well, I hope that helped in some way, and I shall speak to you soon.